Hi, welcome back to Manual Motion. I'm Evan.
And I'm Dom.
And today we're gonna take this AMG GT Black Series to Cars and Coffee. Let's go. But first, Dom, you gotta tell us the stats.
So today we have a 4-liter bi-turbo handcrafted V8 with a flat plane crankshaft, front mid mounted, pushing out 720 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission to the rear wheels. That is a lot of information.
That's a lot of information, and it's a lot of car. This is absolutely insane. Look at this thing. This is one of the most dramatic looking cars I've ever seen in person.
This is very GT3 RS-y with the huge wing, the canards, the vents, everything.
Look at the wing. Look at that thing. It's crazy.
It's so funny seeing that out of your rear view.
It's just, I mean, imagine this going down the street.
Yeah.
Like anyone out that's not out today, not seeing this thing on the street, is missing out. This thing is one of the most insane looking vehicles we've ever experienced, but also one of the most brutal. And we'll just have to see when we drive it, I think.
So let's get into it. We'll see you there.
See you there. Whoa. Okay.
Oh my God, those doors are light.
The doors are super light. A lot of carbon fiber. Don't want to scuff anything up when we're getting in. Wow. Seatbelts on. Look at this interior. This is crazy. I mean, what an absolute cockpit this is.
No, the first thing I notice is just how low you feel. Yeah. Because the door sill, I don't know if you can tell, but the door sill is so high and the center console is so high that you just feel like you're being cradled.
Yeah, and the cockpit feel this helps with the door sills and things, but the feeling, because you're sit super low, you can see the entire hood in front of you. Yeah. There's extending about, I think they said, dimension-wise, it's about a mile long, roughly about that. Yeah. So it's a mile away from you. You can just, it's so cool to see that thing in front of you. The car's actually really wide. I feel like you're really far away from me. Yeah. Right now.
And these seats, so they're not the carbon buckets, because the carbon buckets were only available in the Europe versions.
But we have, in here, it's, we were talking about this before, a weird mix of stuff that's bespoke to this car and really old Mercedes tech.
Yeah. This top part up here houses your heated seats, your camera, and your hazard lights. And it looks like it's out of a 2007 GLS.
Yeah. It looks like it's from like a Mercedes Metris van.
Yeah.
But and then the window switches too are from an E-Class. They're super they're really basic.
I swear I've seen this Burmester sound system somewhere.
In some
everything.
Everything, yeah, every Mercedes-Benz ever.
I do happen to really like this tech.
Me too.
If it only had the scroll wheel.
Yes.
The scroll wheel was peak Mercedes. I hate the touchpad.
Yeah, we had in our G-Wagon video, we had the scroll wheel.
We talked about it.
That's the perfect middle ground. This is the one they offered in the AMG GT 4-door and the other Mercedes models with this tech. So it's not touchscreen. You actually have to use this, which is interesting.
Or you could use the little, I don't know what that's called. It's
the BlackBerry button on the.
Yeah, it's the BlackBerry mouse pad button.
This is essentially a redundancy for the trackpad in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is really bizarre because this car is full of redundancies. There is these buttons in the center here, which are all actually screens, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They adjust things like your drive mode, manual, the transmission mode, suspension, exhaust, things like that. But you can do exactly the same things and all of those things from the steering wheel, which is only about a couple inches away.
Yeah.
Just kind of, Mercedes is known for that. They love to do that.
What you're basically saying is this should be more like the Audi R8. Kill all of this.
And just have this gauge cluster.
Just have the gauge cluster.
So I don't hate this interior though. I think it does have a presence to it.
Yeah, it does.
The carbon fiber quad vents in the front are really cool.
The Corvette tailpipes.
but in the interior of a Mercedes.
Yes.
But one of the things that's also unique to the highest performance AMG GT models, which include I believe the AMG GT Pro and the AMG GT-R, which are the ones that are just below this. And this is obviously the king. This is
the
top. Black Series forever has been always the top.
Yeah.
SLS AMG, the C63 AMG, the CLK.
Yeah, all of them.
Other than the cheap kind of things, we have you know, standard climate controls, cup holders. You have a little bit of storage space in the interior here, a little standard console thing with a couple of USB-A ports. And we also have, you know, a glove box. We actually have, surprisingly, I mean, I was surprised by this when I first got into this. I didn't realize it's a big trunk.
It is a big trunk. It just connects. Oh my God, you can see all the carbon fiber.
Oh my God. So I don't know, you can't see it from here, but we'll show some footage. There is a cross beam, like here, of carbon fiber. It's just massive. And then you have the entire deck lid in the back is all carbon fiber. You can see it very clearly from the interior.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, but the whole lift gate, it's essentially a lift gate. It's almost like a hatchback.
The whole wing comes up, and it's just, it is so unbelievably light. When I popped it the first time, I went like this, and it went.
It completely like
shot up. I was like.
But
I thought I broke it for a second. I was terrified.
But like weirdly practical in your $350,000 track only. This is the Nurburgring record holder.
Yes.
For production cars.
For production cars.
And street legal cars.
There is a 911 GT2, but it was tuned. So that's kind of a gray area.
Not really
Not really a production car.
That Nurburgring heritage will kind of translate into the driving experience.
Hopefully.
So I think we should just start it up.
100%.
All right. So I'm putting on the brake. Once you do that, the actual engine start stop button lights up red. Pretty cool. You go ahead and press it, and ooh, that was a quick and aggressive.
That was nice.
Getting in here, I'm looking past the steering wheel. It's this beautiful Alcantara, kind of squircle, a little bit squared off, with these cool buttons on it, the screen buttons, like I mentioned before. Your kind of standard Mercedes steering wheel, nothing too special here. But I mean, like, the steering wheel feels great, nice, perfect size. Paddles feel great. We'll talk more when we drive. And we also have a really clear gauge cluster. It's pretty configurable. We have like the tachometer in the
standard AMG Sport gauge cluster.
Pretty standard, yeah.
Nothing special for the Black Series, but
yeah, there's a boost gauge and stuff because it's twin turbo,
which is fun to watch.
So cool. But yeah, I think before we get to Cars and Coffee, we'll give it a little bit of a rev. This probably has a soft limiter, so I'm not expecting too much out of it.
I'm not expecting too much, but I kind of want. It's a flat plane crank. It's got to sound like throaty and nice.
Yeah, so let's try it out. If there's a soft limiter,
or it doesn't have a soft limiter. Or the soft limiter might be 5,000.
This is crazy.
That is so stupid.
Wow, this is so stupid. I'm so excited to get this to drive.
You know what? Let's just go.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Oh my God. He went right. We're rolling out of Zumbach. Let's get started up. Bam.
It's such a quick start.
It's so fast to start, yeah. Sports mode. We got the exhaust on. We got
auto start stop, off.
Off, on, and go.
On, off. So
this car is so low.
That Carrera GT was crazy.
That was wild.
That was so insane. That guy was so nice too.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that revving. It was insane.
We are on the way to Hayfields now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're in the Black Series.
Black Series.
I think first thing when you realize you step in this car is definitely it's drivable. It's not any harder to drive than any other Mercedes-Benz. Well, because you start it up, starts like normal, just a lot louder. Yeah. And you get going and it's rolling around. It's automatic you keep it in automatic mode. It's nice and easy to drive. You can feel the suspension though is just crazy harsh. And you can already tell.
As you pick up speed, you hear a slight whistle.
Yeah, I'm hearing it right now. I'm hearing him whistling. Diesel. And
love that guy. And I don't know what it's from, but I can only assume it's from the wing.
In manual mode.
And just the wing cutting through the air.
It's gotta be. Because it's crazy. You can see it so clearly through the back, through the rear view mirror. I mean, and wow. I mean, this is so cool. And like, it's so crazy just driving this thing around and knowing it looks like it does.
Yeah.
Because driving around New Canaan, like people cars with coffee were just all over this car, even next to a Carrera GT. I mean,
yeah, the Carrera GT guy freaked out, and that was actually really, that made me feel very nice.
when you can freak out a Carrera GT owner, that's a good day. That's definitely a good day. The steering is super responsive. It's light, but it doesn't feel too vague. It feels really precise.
Feedback though.
Like, feedback is perfect.
Yeah.
Size is great too. I really like the size of this one.
I do like the Alcantara wheel.
Yeah.
It feels nice. I don't usually love Alcantara. Like, there is a lot of Alcantara in this car.
The entire headliner, everything.
Everything.
Mirrors, yeah.
Which I get. I don't usually love it because it's just like, eh.
Yeah.
But when it's cheap, that's when it's weird. But this is really nice.
This is Mercedes quality.
This is really nice and really soft. And when you rub it, it doesn't rub off on your hand.
Right. And when you accelerate, whoa. Listen to that. This is, oh my God, so much sound coming out of this car.
Dude.
This is actually wild.
Dude.
Wow. I mean, what a raucous sound this has. I mean, just, wow. You feel like this can go a lot faster than what it's doing right now. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this does hold the Nurburgring lap time record.
It sure does. 644?
Yes, right? 644, 616.
Which somehow beats the Pagani Zonda R. How did that do that?
But not the Wyra R.
Right.
Because that's a 630, which is 14 seconds faster, which to anyone who knows anything about racing is years.
That's an eternity.
That's years.
I mean,
this thing is just so cool.
This has so much.
I love it.
It's so visceral. You never ever forget that you're in something just batty insane, right?
Yeah.
Like you actually feel like you're in a race car right now.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, because you can drop a couple gears. The downshift's really fast. Oh my God, the sound out of this car.
This might be so the 0 to 60 time on this is 3.1 seconds.
Right, because it's all the aero probably. It slows it down. Yeah.
I bet you, if this thing was just the shell, no aero, it would have a much higher top speed and a much faster 0 to 60. Because this thing just hooks. It doesn't really have a loss of traction.
Which is wild, because 720 horsepower to the rear wheels, but like because all the aero is all pushing it down to the ground, it really glues you in, and then it feels like you feel like you have tons of mechanical grip.
Yeah.
That I'm really liking from the driving position.
It's perfect for a track, not necessarily for the street.
Yeah, we're on some New England back roads right now, and
it's pretty rough.
I mean, we have it in comfort suspension right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna use my little toggles on my steering wheel here. I'm gonna scroll over to where it says suspension. I'm gonna put it actually. Oh no, we're in Sport right now. I'll put it over to Sport Plus, and we'll show you how that. It is when you put it in Sport Plus, which is really meant for the track. We're really just using it on the street just for illustration purposes, but it is rough.
Like we are on a road that is usually, or at least I thought, perfectly smooth, and right now we're just yeah.
You can feel it all through your butt, and obviously it helps that we're not in the carbon buckets this thing could have, because in Europe they obviously offered it with those, like you said earlier.
That might just be like painful, and especially Europe's roads are so much worse.
They are.
Like they're mostly cobblestone.
Can you imagine this on like a cobblestone?
Sport Plus cobblestone. It would actually be jumping.
Oh my God. But no, this thing, I mean, the paddles feel excellent to push. The transmission is so fast.
They look plastic. Are they plastic or metal?
They're pure metal. I mean, they really feel excellent.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have a great, like, Mercedes-Benz, I mean, even in the G-Wagon, had this amazing tactile click, bam, and you feel the shift go. It again, like, the shifts are visceral. It's smooth. And actually, I don't feel these as I'm downshifting like that. You just hear it.
Yeah.
But wow, it's really cool.
It is a very smooth DCT.
Yeah. But the other thing, obviously, it's a track car. I mean, it handles. I mean, there's nothing really to say about the handling because it's perfect. It's dead flat. I feel like I could be going 100 miles an hour on this back road right now, and I'd be fine. Like it does not feel weird or out of control. If this was power, you'd think it might, but it does not at all. I mean, and the throttle modulation, the braking modulation, every bit of that is just spot on and perfect.
One thing I noticed about race cars when I was at the racing camp is that they're actually very rough and like twitchy.
Yeah.
This does not feel as rough and twitchy.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't feel nervous.
It doesn't feel nervous. It doesn't feel like it's just gonna, like if you dab the throttle, it's gonna step out. It feels very stable and it feels very safe. And I think that separates it between something like a GT3 car and this.
Right, because this is almost a GT3 car because it's just so insane.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think that's a perfect way to put it because it does feel, it gives you confidence. It's confidence inspiring, which is something
very
that
confidence inspiring.
Well, people say all the time with the old Black Series that like they were wild animals and they feel, you know, like just playful and like stepping out and everything. It's like this does not feel like that. It feels very focused. It feels like I could put it on a track and dominate, no matter the conditions. It just feels insane.
And I think that's partially because of how good this traction control is and how variable it is. So we have this knob. We already mentioned it, but I love it.
I love it. It's such a cool little. It adds to like. It looks like a race car bit. It looks like it's like.
Yeah, it looks like it's from a race car, and it's so funny that you can decide how much you want to drift.
Remember what's really in the competitor league for this car? It's really the GT2 RS of the previous generation Porsches.
Yeah.
Kind of a 765 LT almost. It's kind of the same price.
Yeah, it's up there. Power, weight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
765 LT.
Like Huracan Performante.
Ferraris.
Kind of. Ferraris up there.
Like an F8.
F8 or Pista or something like that. And we did a Pista recently. I mean, the Pista. I said it in the video, feels like a normal Ferrari. It feels like a normal Ferrari. It feels like a normal car that just happens to be very track focused. You never really felt it all the time.
Well, yeah, because it was mostly a luxury car. This is kind of the complete opposite. This is a track focused luxury second.
It's got a luxury little sprinkle.
It's got a
sprinkle of luxury.
Got a little sprinkle.
But it's way more raw. I mean, compared to the lap times speak for themselves, because this feels way more raw and raucous than than a Ferrari, which is just wild to me.
Yeah.
I did not think I'd be saying that.
Mercedes, you're better than
No.
But getting there.
Man, the brakes are so good. Wow. It's just what a cool car to drive. I mean, it does feel like it's not meant to be here though. It feels totally out of its element right now.
Yes.
Because I mean, one of the things also is it's not. You would never want to daily drive this or
never
highway drive this ever. It's terrible for that.
I want to drive it at some point. I just got my license, but no way am I driving this.
It's like I would like to drive this, but on a track. It just doesn't feel at home here.
True.
It doesn't feel at home on the street.
Monticello, track day.
It's so. I mean, because even if you like pull it to the highest gear, it's still loud as hell. I mean, like, and you can still feel that the road every little bit. I mean, this is again like a lot of the stuff we drive. I mean, the 812 we just drove, the Speedster we just drove, are like touring cars that have like a lot of performance heritage, right? This is not that at all. It feels completely race car. It feels like you slapped some bumpers, some like safety bumpers and a license plate to an actual race car.
Yeah.
Wow.
This thing's so loud.
It's unreal how loud this car is.
Yeah.
In a very Mercedes fashion. It's not rumbling, it's not shaking. It doesn't feel like it's about to fall apart. It feels very solid, don't get me wrong. Like, it definitely does feel solid. It's just, you feel every little bit.
So we're getting to Hayfields soon. So Evan is just going to show us the true potential of this car. All right.
So we're going downshifting here. I mean, what it's a rocket ship. This thing is wild. Oh my God. Brakes feel fantastic. Wow. This does make you feel like you want to just keep. Oh my God.
This is a little bit addicting.
This is addicting. Oh my God. It gives you a full body shove right to the chest when the turbos kick in and you get up to the high revs. Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. The top end boost in this is just,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah, the top end boost in this thing is just hilarious.
This thing is just raucous and loud and fun. Oh my God. Again, like, it does feel scalpel precise. And I never feel like you give it some rough acceleration there like we just did. And it doesn't feel like you don't feel like you're losing control at all.
Or grip.
It's so solid.
Yeah. These, I don't know what tires are on these, but there's some, I think, either Michelin Pilot Sport Cup, something, but they are holding it down.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well,
so,
Mercedes-Benz, round of applause for you, man. You did
good.
You did fantastic.
You did good.
This thing is crazy. And please, Mercedes-Benz, next time you do a Black Series, please send us to a track. I would love to track this.
Yeah. Or, maybe discontinue the car after the Black Series?
Yeah, that's another thing we didn't talk about. The new GT just looks like crap.
Yeah.
And this is like
it
the
looks
last
like
good.
Blackwing.
Hi, Blackwing. The new GT looks like is not very good looking.
No,
and
it looks like an SL663.
Yeah. This is like the end of an era of the AMG GT, like as you knew it from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, like we were saying before, like anyone who's not on the road today and can't see this thing rolling around and hear this thing, I'm so sorry. Oh, some shifts are brutal.
Volvo,
give it some brakes. Turn in.
Jab, turn.
Okay,
yeah.
I was not in boost at all there. It kind of lagged. That's the only time I ever felt turbo lag in this car.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean, what an experience this was. I mean, to drive this thing, we're almost at Hayfields now.
Yeah.
And like, what a just fantastic time this has been. Like,
this has been so cool. We're getting up to Hayfields. We're gonna show you everything that was there, and then we're gonna head out with the outro.
Yeah. That's a wrap on this one. We really appreciate you watching. But yeah, we're really excited about the support on the channel right now. We have over 170 subscribers. We have over 1,500 hours of watch time, which is just insane to me that people are watching it this often.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just so thrilled. Like, thank you so much for watching. Like, if you made it this far in the video.
Yeah. Thank you. And to think like this is what we're doing now.
This is so fun.
Most people can't even say they've gone near this car. That guy just went like this to the car.
No one's seen this thing. This is just crazy. So, but no, we really appreciate you watching. We will. We're just gonna go into Hayfields. Let's go.
Huh?
Coffee. We hope you enjoyed. We definitely enjoyed this thing. Wow, this is crazy.
And we just want to say thank you so much to the owner for letting us borrow this fantastic car. And please like, subscribe, go check out our Instagram at manualmotion_YT. I post pictures and videos of these cars and
sneak peeks of what's coming up next. So don't miss out on that. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. You can move actually a little bit closer to me. Yep. All right. Look at this thing. All right.
This is so funny.
This is crazy. What are we doing? All right.
How did we get here?
What are we doing here?